All right. Welcome to Tech Talk. I am your host, Colleen McCartney, head nerd here over at Nerdly, and I am excited to dive in to the magic that is HighLevel plus GroupTrack. Are you guys excited? Yeah. All right. So, and this is our bread and butter. This is what we do all day. So I'm going to walk through a couple of different scenarios and kind of walk you through why this is so magical, right? So the overarching idea is we want to be able to develop real relationships with people, right? Because that builds a like trust factor. And this way we actually get to know what their problems are and know that we can solve them, right? And when they join, the biggest thing we can do is where are they? Where are people in general? Facebook is a place where people tend to spend a lot of time, right? It is a great place to go prospecting because people are there, it's interactive, it's social media. The challenge is how do we get them from our group into our marketing ecosystem? How do we follow up with them effectively and make sure that we are actually doing what we need to do to build a relationship while also driving sales, right? That's always been the crux of it because so many people will miss that part, and you need to be able to show up. You need to be able to connect with them, have conversations, right? As much as we would love to just put everybody through some sort of AI funnel magicalness, right? The reality is most people don't know what they don't know, right? Most prospects may not even understand what you're saying. So you need to have that conversation to meet them where they are. So I got some drawings to make it easier because I know visual aids are super helpful. So you guys ready to dig in? All right. So share screen, and I'm going to share a window. We got a lot to cover today, and I'm going to do my best to not overwhelm anybody. Awesome. Okay. All right. So today we are going to go through the GroupTrack plus HighLevel awesomeness. So we got a couple of things we can cover, right? Kate's mouse is hanging out there, so we will. I don't know if I can make that go away. Okay. Anywho, we're going to focus over here first, right? What makes the new member welcome flow so magical, right? Well, first off, there is some next level stuff. If you are in the profitable pipelines, you're in Jenna's coaching programs, right? We've got some really cool stuff going on over there. But the basic version of this flow, so that you guys can see without overwhelming, is they're going to join your group, and in the member request questions, they're going to provide you with their email, right? What that email, now GroupTrack and HighLevel syncs, sends the contact with the tag to the tag that goes for everyone in your group, and that starts a standard welcome sequence, right? Everyone with me so far? Excellent. The prospect is going to click on a link in the email, and we're driving them back to live trainings that you've done in your group where you're offering training plus a lead magnet, right? Now, we want to make sure that we're not just, throwing them some fluff. We want to actually deliver them value. That is the biggest thing I've seen people miss, is that these emails need to be able to deliver value. So the email copy provides context, and then there's just that one link because you just want to have a very clear call to action, that the call to action is click here and watch this free training, right? So while they're watching this free training, they're going to comment and say, I want the resource. So again, if you guys would like this map or you would like additional help, comment map if you want this map. And if you want to know more, just comment Nerdly, right? Because that's how we do. And we'll get you connected with a discovery call because there's so much we do. So the prospect who's joined your group, they got the email, they're going to this post, And now they're commenting that this was a helpful training and they want the resource. So now we come here to this step where post tracker from GroupTrack is going to run on the post. It will now react, reply, add a tag, queue up a DM, and add them to a specific pipeline if they're not in it already, right? And what's really great about this is it's going to queue up a DM so you can have a conversation. Well, yes, you could just deliver the lead magnet in that DM. However, both a combination of, again, we want to have conversations because conversations drive sales, right? And with the new Facebook Messenger regulations and all that, we want to be mindful about, is this the first time we're having a conversation and all sorts of bits and pieces, because you don't want to have a link in the first DM you send somebody. Ask me how I know. Right? And then from there, we qualify in the DM and deliver the resource or lead magnet opt-in. Right? That's it. That is the whole kit and caboodles of it. That is the basic version. That is the new member flow. That is how I've built my entire business. And I've only used the basic version, right? We're about to kick off the advanced version. So who here is ready for the advanced version, right? Are you guys excited for this? I'm excited about it. I think this is going to be so good. Okay, so the advanced version. Now, there are some caveats here. So you have to have a radio option, right? Well, I mean, you could do it with checkboxes. However, that's going to have to be a waterfall effect of if else's and be super, that's going to nerd plus plus, right? So with the advanced version, someone can join your group and provide their email and phone number, because again, GroupTrack can parse out the email and phone number in one question. And I love adding that SMS, like, hey, welcome to the group, right? I actually just updated it and I'm sending out a photo of myself. I'm like, what up? Because again, it builds that personalization, right? I want to personally greet them, right? I've got my nerd herder who is taking them through the DM portion. And I want them to see, like, if they text, they know it's actually that I'm seeing it, because I guarantee you, I am seeing every text message that comes into our system. Right. And if you have a radio option, like, where do you want to start? What are, qualify them? Do you offer where are they in the business? How do they want to get started? All that kind of questions, like, that can identify different areas. Maybe it's different pain points they have or different things you can help them with, right? So that you're speaking to their needs, right? Because if say someone joins the Nerdly group, right? Not everyone wants to get my white label software, right? Some of them may just want to get training. Some of them may want to get support. So giving them a different welcome sequence so that they are getting to see the value in my group, no matter what level they're at, right? It could be, are they a brand new business? Are they a solo entrepreneur? Do they have a team, right? Because again, their needs are going to be different. So you kind of want to speak to them differently. So then with the way that the auto tag is set up, we want to make sure that they get a unique tag per each of these. And these unique tags based on their answer would kick off a different sequence, right? Sequence A, B, and C, right? Driving them to, again, the specific post that you want them to see. And we're running post tracker, right? So this way, again, and depending upon who it is, maybe you have teammate A, teammate B, and teammate C that are handling those different flows, right? That's how you're separating out who handles what. There's so many different bits and pieces we could nerd out on, right? And again, we come back down to post tracker runs on the post to react, reply, add a tag, and queues up a DM so you can continue the conversation, and then qualify in the DM and deliver the resource or lead magnet opt-in, right? So does this make sense on how we have a new member flow, right? This way they join your group and they're being directed in each email to a different resource, right? Because joining a Facebook group could be overwhelming trying to figure out where is this stuff and, where do I find what I need, right? Especially if you come into an established group like mine where we've been around for a hot minute and we've got a ton of different content, right? So, all right, new member welcome flow. And then over here, the pipeline sync options, right? So there are a couple of two main real options. And I will tell you, if you don't know what you want to do, go with a mirrored. That is the easiest way to make sure your data stays clean and organized. So what this would happen here is we would set up the integration to make sure that stage 1 in GroupTrack is stage 1 in HighLevel. Stage 2 in GroupTrack is synced to stage 2 in HighLevel, right? So we want to make sure those match so that when I move someone in HighLevel from stage 1 to stage 2, it then replicates over in GroupTrack from stage 1 to stage 2, right? This is super helpful, especially because you can do a lot of other automations in HighLevel, right? You can even tag team. Say you want to have, if you are collecting emails from everybody in your group and you know that you've got them, when you're running that post tracker and applying a tag, when that syncs over, that could be the trigger that delivers the resource, right? How cool is that? That because they commented, they're getting a new resource, right? And you can continue the conversation knowing that that resource has already been delivered. I know that's a little fancy, nerd plus plus. That's why it's not in the map. I just want to drop that. Chef's is just delicious. So the whole idea of this is that you're still having conversations and building relationships. Well, all the things like when a customer asks me for something, they want a resource, they want something. I want the system to do it for me so that I can focus on what do they actually need me, my mental space, my brain, myself to do, right? Okay. Now, a little bit more advanced. This one is really more geared if you have a larger team, you only want opportunities in HighLevel. This is a really great visual example for you, whether it's a hybrid pipeline. So maybe you only want to know in HighLevel that it's a new lead. But you don't care if they're started the convo, invited a sales call. Like none of this matters until they booked the sales call, right? So oftentimes what I'll see with this is you have your setter that is running the DMs in Facebook, right? They can do all these different stages. They can do what helps them, like start a convo, follow up 1, follow up 2, follow up 3, invited to a sales call, right? All of that can be in GroupTrack and doesn't matter. Not all that matters here to your sales pipeline in HighLevel is that you have a new lead, stuff happens that doesn't matter, and then book sales call, right? So this can also be helpful depending upon the different stats you want to track, different dashboard math that you want to do. And there's some really cool stuff we can do with that too. However, the person here, no matter how many other stages you've got here, if they're not synced, will live here until they reach this stage, right? So that's important to know that the tags could get updated or anything like that. Yes. And all of this stage changes, things that are happening will not reflect over here until they leave new lead and they then enter book sales call. Right? Okay. So I hope that part makes sense for everybody. Awesome. Fantastic. And then I do want to also review some really cool stuff you could do with GT plus GHL, right? So for example, someone comments on a hand raiser, right? So the post tracker is going to react, reply, adds a tag, adds to a pipeline in stage because say this is a pipeline that they're not in yet, and queues up a DM for you to qualify and deliver the opt-in link. Now, the prospect this is all done via GroupTrack and your personal DMs. Now, when they opt in, the prospect opts in, and HighLevel moves them to the opt-in stage that syncs to GroupTrack. They go through your funnel. If you're Nerd Plus, you don't have to have one, just an opt-in and a thank you. You know that they're on the email flow, so you don't really have to follow up with them because they're getting this other flow. And you only have to follow up with the people who commented and didn't opt in yet. So this means they said, I'm interested. You delivered the resource, the opt-in link, and they did not opt in, right? So now you can follow up with these guys and be like, hey, so you commented on the training. We had a convo about it. You wanted the resource, but I didn't see you opt in yet, right? So it helps you navigate that conversation so that you know what they have and haven't done yet. Similarly with when they book a call and that changes their stage in HighLevel to booked call, you can have that automatically move in GroupTrack so that you can do all sorts of cool stuff. Say you want to send them a personal DM for that added personal touch point, right? You could effectively following up with the people from the previous stage. Hey, you opted into the resource, but I didn't see you book a call. What's holding you back? Right? So these are some really cool touch points on like why using GroupTrack plus HighLevel is super awesome. I'll probably be building more of these out, but this is what we talk about. This is the backbone of what Nerdly is. We have additional tools and resources built in as well. However, this is the jam, right? This is what I built my entire agency on. This is, really the best thing I've ever done, right? This will convert, right? This helps you build relationships. This provides value to your audience, whether they're brand new to your group or they've been in there. It's going to make sure that you are delivering valuable content, that you are getting people to have important conversations about like, what do they need? How can you help them? And they can see what you can do for them, right? Okay. I hope this was super helpful for you all. And debating about when I come back from Playa, if we're going to open these calls up, maybe on Zoom, maybe I do a training here like this and then open on Zoom at like 12:30 for a half hour of talkie talks, because I know people get so much out of that live interaction with me. So let me know in the comments. Do you want these Wednesday trainings to be open? And should they be open to just Nerdly clients? Or should anyone in Making Tech Simple be able to pop into Zoom and see what we're doing? Right? And again, if you would like the map, comment map. And if you would like to learn more about what Nerdly can do for you, because we do everything from a wireframe where we spend hours asking you questions after questions and then build out your entire business flow into a map. We do VIP setup, whether you're on our white label or on another HighLevel system, and you want to make sure your system is set up and optimized. We also have Nerd Herd hours where you can get a bulk rate on getting hours for our Nerd Herds to help you. We also have snapshots galore and trainings that go with them, done for you and done with you options. And I just want to make sure everyone hears this. When you're working with Nerdly, if you can dream it, we can build it. Because it's been absolutely delightful because I really enjoy solving these puzzles. And to me, creating the customer flows is almost like a mini video game. How do we make it work? How do we build the flow so that the customer wants to do the thing? Anywho, falling down a rabbit hole here. However, I want to make sure you guys got this training, that if you need additional resources, if you just want more help, just comment help, right? Because we really are here for your success. If you're in my group, Making Tech Simple, we care about you, right? And if you're not in my group yet because you're watching on LinkedIn or YouTube, then hustle on over to our group because those links are right there on my channels. And hang out with us here where we give you all sorts of love and resources and support because we want to optimize your systems so that you can increase your impact and grow your revenue and clients. So we're all about helping our clients and growing communities. So with that, I'm going to pop off and I'll see you all next week. Ooh, wait, will you? I have to check my flight. Maybe I'll just do a special session before I leave for Playa. All right. Later, nerds.